Welcome to, I already forgot the name of the game now. Wargame European Escalationing. I've already done all of these first ones, which is apparently Germany or something. I don't know. I think that's German's flag. I could be mistaken. And some of the French-American campaigns, I have not done anything else, and I have reset my unlocks, so I'm actually going to unlock stuff as I go, as if this were my first time. I don't know how to just reset the campaign in general, so I'm just going to use 8 stars, 11 stars. These are the stars you get that you can then spend on unlocking stuff here. Since this is the first one and I want to be at least somewhat like if it was the first run through, I do not have any stars to unlock. Unless you do multiplayer, then you have stars. At least I think you get stars for multiplayer. I don't know, but we're going to go into Panzer Brigade 2, is that what we're doing? No, we're doing Iron Curtain is the name of this mission, so we're gonna hop right in there. And go. Happy fun times. This is, for those of you who don't know, an RTS, so squeaky chairs, squeaky.
April 30th, 1975, fall of Saigon. The United States Embassy is evacuated.
Just rams the gate. That wasn't effective.
1975, start of tensions between Cambodia and Vietnam. China and the USSR fight for control of Southeast Asia through their respective allies.
This is a Cold War RTS, by the way.
The Apollo-Soyuz space mission underlines the U.S.-Soviet policy of détente. August 1st, 1975, signature of the Helsinki Accords to try to calm East-West tensions. December 19, 1975, the East German soldier Werner Weinhold deserts to the west, killing 2 border guards during his escape. December 20th, 1975, the GDR demands the extradition of Weinhold to answer for the double murder. Bonn refuses. December 21st, 1975, border guards are on high alert on both sides of the Iron Curtain.
Oh yeah, we're West Germany. That's whose flag that is. We are West Germany.
Between the 2 Germanys. Border guards have reported a skirmish in the area of Grafhorst. West German intelligence has detected movement from Panzerausbildungsregiment 19 not far from the
Panzerausbildungswagen. That sounds fine.
Border guards have confirmed a violation of the territory of the Federal Republic by the East Germans. The Chancellery in Bonn declares a state of war.
And here's us at the Iron Curtain. Yay. Exciting, isn't it? Kind of ruined that transition with the loading screen. But
at least 1 mechanized battalion. Armored units have been spotted crossing the Iron Curtain at the crossing point.
Oh no.
A patrol group has reported being under enemy fire. It sounds like they need help.
They're not actually under enemy fire, by the way. They're over there. If it's flashing, they are hidden. I'm just going to point these things out early. It's going to give me a bajillion tutorials. If they're flashing, they're hidden. Green is allies, red is enemy, and blue is us. In this specific scenario, occasionally, for instance, if you were playing the Russian campaign, red would be, I believe, actually, hold on. I don't remember the color scheme. Well, I remember orange is allies for them, so I think they may stick with their red and orange color scheme, and then blue is NATO and stuff like that. We are NATO in this one, specifically West Germany, if you didn't catch that. And we are fighting East Germany, which has Russian tanks. These are actually really old Russian tanks. T-34-85M, as they are there, which have, as far as I know, basically no armor. Yeah. They can be killed by infantry transports. Good stuff. I kind of didn't explain any of the units. They are historical units, kind of semi-accurate modeling and stuff like that. They have semi-accurate armor relative to other tanks of their type. Gun penetration, stuff like that. For instance, these guys, I believe, have 5 penetration, 5 AP power, that's their penetration versus armor, and these guys have 1 armor, so they can pin with HE, but they won't ever use that. HE is used against infantry, and that will just tell you like how much damage it'll do to infantry. And there's this stuff. Some tanks, when you look at them, and there's armor piercing, etc., etc. When you look at them, it'll say stabilizer and optics. Stabilizer obviously helps while you're moving. These guys don't have a stabilizer, so their accuracy is not very good when they move. So you want to keep them stationary when they're firing. Later tanks have very, very good stabilizers, so they can kind of chillax. At this part, just kind of sit here for a bit. I'm going to attempt to do as many of the side objectives as possible, but there are some that are just kind of ridiculous. There you go, there they are. Low G music. Reinforcements come out from off of the map over here. I forgot to mention, if you zoom out, you can see the playable area is the part that's not fuzzy. And then all of these zones are capturable. We can't capture them, I think, till the next mission. It might be missions after that, I'm not sure. But they're captured with command units, and they're in multiplayer, and they're kind of vital. That guy just got his face shot. It looks really good. It's as I said earlier when I wasn't recording, it is an RTS Arma, basically. It's actually pretty realistic, I gotta say. Also, move fast, as you might figure, it makes them move faster, but they require a road to do so. As you see, they'll get on the road, and then they'll start driving faster like that. Hello, Lone Phantom. And the best way, if possible, to have your tanks operate is actually not volley fire, like I just did right there, which actually set that crop on fire. One of the things in this that I actually think is a nice touch is stuff will burn, and you see here where tanks were going down through these crops, you can see they actually kind of crushed it. I actually like that, and this fire will spread and it'll die out as it spreads and stuff like that. You can see that side's died out, this side's kind of spreading out. It's nice touches like that, I like that. You can set basically everything except for buildings on fire, I'm pretty sure. And this is the armored version of those people. There you go. If you look at him, you can see his optics are good as compared to the poor one on the tanks. That means they can spot way farther than the tanks can, so I'm just going to have him drive over there. Keep your recon for this mission, just sit him right there and he'll be able to spot whatever you're shooting at. Nothing will be able to hit him. They're gonna get taken over yet. There they go. I hate when that happens so much. AI takes over your tanks to make sure you don't move them into their death haphazardly, and there's one thing I do miss is fire doesn't actually affect infantry. So they're just kind of standing in the fire, like they don't even care. It doesn't hurt them at all for some reason, so whatever. Take your tanks and swing them around this way, is what I usually do. Your tanks will also destroy trees as they move through cover, denser cover. Obviously they destroy more trees as they go. I don't think that actually affects the quality of the cover. For instance, this cover here, this hedgeland farm, is medium cover, so it provides medium camouflage. This over here is dense, obviously, you can tell it's pretty dense. Tanks in the middle of forest, by the way, actually a lot of things in the middle of forest, can't shoot out of the forest because they don't have a line of sight to anything. So don't put them in middle of forest. It'll make them invisible to basically everything, but then they can't shoot anything. And we're gonna do volley fire again like a boss. It's kind of hard to not get them to do volley fire without a lot of micromanaging that I don't want to deal with. But you can do it. That guy got hit. One thing I forgot to mention. I'll explain the UI here. This on the left side, these are the... He just got shot. That seems horribly loud to me every time that happens. So I'm just stay zoomed out. These little squares are their hit points, basically. For instance, he got shot. He got shot by a crappy little dinky tank that doesn't really have a whole lot of shooting power. Shoot power, so he didn't take a whole lot of damage. He just kind of got a little ding there. The bar above it, I don't know if you'll even be able to see that, especially not on a stream, but that is their battle experience, as you can see there. Improves all of their stats and stuff. Also makes them aim faster, etc., etc. I think it does. Below that, the calm part is their morale, and to the left, this guy is a little chevron. That is their battle level, so he is level 1. That guy is actually level 2. Apparently they can't see. I didn't think it was that good a quality, but okay. So those two are battle level 2. That means they'll have better abilities than the other tanks in that group. And down here is the fuel. Groups share fuel, so these 4 tanks have 1,000 fuel apiece, and they're going down at that rate. This is the gun. You can turn that gun on or off. Some tanks have multiple guns, etc., etc. And the ammo is below that, the type of gun, the caliber, etc., etc. This guy has a 20mm autocannon, and he has less fuel, but he also uses less fuel. Tanks use a lot of fuel, as you would kind of expect. What I want to do, so I don't get mauled by infantry, which surprisingly enough are very good at killing tanks, is I want to go that way. There's a group of 3 infantry transports and corresponding infantry over in this area somewhere. There's 2 T-55s over there, which are actually pretty good tanks, and some more back that way, and there was a T-34 that fell back over here. He sits on this bridge until you attack the other tank over here, and then he falls back this way. It's kind of a little hint you need to go that way. You don't actually need to go that way, but there's a side objective I'll be doing over there. Eventually, theoretically. And there's, as you might be able to tell from fuel and ammo, there's a whole supply line system that this game runs on. It's pretty complex in multiplayer, because stuff will be out of ammo, out of fuel, all over the place. You'll have your helicopters going back and forth, you'll have your supply helicopters going around. Where are these infantry at? Did they only attack after we move up? I don't want to move my scout in there, because then he'll just get mauled. Let's send him over there. Actually, what I like to do with my scouts is if they're not going to be really shooting anything, I like to turn their gun off, so they don't blow their cover and start getting shot at by things that they really shouldn't. So I'll have him turn his gun off and go sit in those trees, and there's that T-34. And I wish the AI with these little recon squads actually moved up to spot stuff for you, but sadly they just kind of sit there, stare at you funny. And there should be 2 tanks over there, as well as some infantry that I'd rather not show up to my left there. But they will, I know it. They'll probably... Infantry are really, really good at killing things at close range. So if they got close to these people, they'd start firing off their rockets and crap, and they kill tanks really, really quickly. Another good tactic is to have your scout in the tree line. Someone got splash damage there. The mini-map will flash when someone takes a little bit of damage or someone's being attacked. Oop. Okay, they missed. Is to put your scout in the tree line and then line your tanks up behind the tree line. Enemy will have a harder time hitting them because they won't have a straight line and that guy's routing. Good, good, good. Now what we need to do is take... There they are. There's those personal carriers. Take those guys, back them off, turn that on. Rapid fire guns. It's louder when I back up. Hold on, Jesus. I need to turn the... Need to turn something down. Need to turn that down. That's crazy loud. I don't know what this dynamic range compression thing is. 50%? I don't know what that does. We're gonna do that and see if that helps any. Kind of does. It's this guy that's so loud. Rapid fire things are very good, as you can see there, at lowering a unit's morale. Can you guys hit them, please? Because those are what I'm worried about. As you can see, that guy, those people in that tank freaked out when they started getting shot at. Oh, you would do that, wouldn't you? And you have to keep in mind, stuff has forward armor, rear armor, stuff like that. So having your rear pointed at a tank is usually not optimal. You need to back off, because my tanks are busy. This guy's panicked, he's gonna freak out. Okay, we're in a better position. You need to get back up there. I need to tab out real quick. I wish there was an easier way to do that. There we go. We're on. It's gonna flash like that because that unit is close to routing, so it'll flash like that to let you know that their morale is low. Eventually he'll get his morale back up when he stops freaking out. And as you can see, infantry in the open at long range is basically screwed. You need to move, because that tank is aiming at him. Yeep. Or it's aiming at that tank. I don't know what he's aiming at, but he's shooting something. I don't like it. And only one of these guys can hit him. That's the, yeah, and I'll explain that in a second. That's the problem with groups, is that they'll stop even when all of the group cannot hit the target for some reason. I mean, it's just a flaw with the game. You can use the split command to pick the routing tank, which is this guy right here, because he's flashing. You can see there. He's actually fine now, but you can use split and pull him out of the group, like so. You see he's shaken now, and then you can select it. It has to be the same tank or unit type to regroup them, and they'll get back together. Did I kill all the infantry? I wasn't paying attention. I don't know. Regardless, that is not all of the stuff we are to kill in this Bravo sector. I think the infantry are still alive, because this thing's still up. I don't know. I wasn't actually paying attention, I was doing the split thing. Don't think you have to kill the T-55 that's back there. I could be mistaken, though. He hasn't shown his face yet anyway. Could you move up a little bit more? Maybe? No, he's just gonna sit there. Okay, whatever. There he is. Look at him go! T-55. T-55s are actually pretty good tanks. They're not quite... Actually, I think they might be equal to the Leopard at 1A1 or whatever. No, they're slightly worse than the Leopard. But they can still do some damage. As you can see, someone just got worried there. I don't know who it was. Probably this guy, since he's at the front. The only one shooting at the stupid thing. Firing computer rebooting, I believe, just slows down his firing speed quite drastically. I don't know how much it does. I think that's all it does. I haven't played the game very much, by the way. I think that's all it does, though. Yep, they're still infantry. I hate clicking on infantry, it's a pain. There we go. So now we should get some reinforcements. Specifically over here. There's a command vehicle over there, that M whatever it is. I don't need your deployment menu, and he is holding this area. He's right there. It's a fancy one. He's got scouts around him too. Fancy. So we get some MD Jupiters, which are supply trucks. You can see it right there. Yes, yes. This is important, by the way. Your battle group is persistent through all of the missions. For instance, the experience these guys keep, if they stay alive in the next mission, I can call them back in with the same experience. Which is good. You can get people with max experience in some missions and make it way easier. Secondary objectives, yes, yes. So these supply trucks, you tell them to move fast. That would be a good idea, because they suck at moving off-road, by the way. They're really good on-road, not very good off-road. I told you to move fast. What are you doing? I guess they just don't want to use the road. Whatever. You pull them up next to units, and they will resupply and repair anything that happens. So they'll get ammo, they'll get some repairs, they'll get fuel back. These specific trucks only hold 1,500 units of juiced stuff. I don't actually know what that is. 1,500 units of something. And it'll take a fair amount of that just for fuel and ammo. Fuel alone will take nearly 500 of it. So that's obviously not good. Repairs takes a lot of points, and usually you're not going to get that from just supply trucks. You'll need supply helicopters or something like that. So there they go. You can see it starting to use up really fast, which is lovely. They're going to be out of units, and done. They almost got all their fuel back. So these guys have no doohickers. I didn't tell you to move, or I didn't want you to move. And we can now call in units. We don't have very much because I didn't use my command points. So all we have is a whole bunch of these Leopard 1A1s. You can see how many you have down there. You have 12 of these green ones, or level 1 ones, or battle level 1s, or whatever the heck you want to call them. I just call them these plain ones, basic units, and you can see all the different levels that you can eventually call in. So we're going to call in a group of 4 of these, because why not? And tell them to move over there. Can I call in another 4? Yes, I can. And that's all the points I have. So you can see the points up here. You get points for holding territories. We don't have any. The AI has this territory over here where we're calling our units in, so whenever you idiots want to get on the road, it'll be good. Also, do not call in units individually if possible, because that takes them forever to get onto the arena. They come in one group at a time, so if you're ordering them one at a time, it'll take like freaking 2 minutes for all 8 of them to come over here. Takes a while. You guys can move, because I don't need you on the front lines right now. And we're going to push this way, because there is a... you can't see it because it's enemy controlled. There is a forward observation base somewhere around here, which is a stationary version of these supply trucks, except it has a metric crap ton of supply units. Supplies stuff. Supplies! How about that? That'll work. So they're good. You can order those in some missions and in multiplayer. They're relatively expensive, but you kind of need them. Otherwise you're gonna have no supplies, which is terrible. So I want this guy to sit right there. And all of you guys are going to actually sit and wait for a second. I want to see if my armored recon here can spot stuff. And according to Ivor, my local RTS information guy, off-road will increase fuel consumption for vehicles that are not supply trucks. So this guy is using more fuel. Makes sense to me. Recon vehicles barely use any fuel to begin with, but he is using fuel, so there you go. Recon vehicles usually don't use a lot of fuel, but they also usually don't carry a lot of fuel, so they kind of move to place and then sit there for like 5 minutes. I actually really like the recon helicopters because their view range is so high and they can just kind of hover over here and see over walls and stuff like that. So I'm going to have these guys move fast down here, and you are going to not move fast about right there. I don't want him getting too far ahead of my tanks because he'll start taking damage when he doesn't really need to. And I would like to not lose any vehicles for this mission, which I seriously doubt I could do because I am bad at this game. I'm not like atrociously bad at it, but I am no master of the game. I've only done this set of missions really. So most of the stuff in here is actually relatively light armored and infantry, so the only thing really at risk is this armored recon here. May as well have him shoot too since he's here. Except for the infantry that are around here, some of them have pretty good anti-tank capability, so... Welcome to Firing Line Leopard. I think recon squads don't have anti-tank stuff. I don't know if these guys have anti-tank stuff, but they are recon. And my dude's shaken, so he actually got shot at. Is anyone else messed up? Everyone else is calm. Tanks are really good, but you kind of, in this game, you really need a balanced force to actually get anything done. In this mission, there's really not much of a counter to tanks, and really the only thing you have is tanks and recon. I actually should have got another recon vehicle. I actually like having 2 recon vehicles for this, but whatever. There's no real, not much of a counter for your tanks in this mission, so you just kind of get tanks and kill stuff with them. This is the forward observation base right here. There goes all of those guys. I'm actually going to kill that guy, because he drove out there. Firing line is go. Giant waste of ammo, like I said, but that's how they're firing, so I'm going to leave them at it. If you want to, you can say, tell this one to stop firing until that one's about ready to shoot, and then have everyone fire, etc., etc. Time it properly. That is a... no, that's a recon. I thought that was a supply truck. No, just move over here. Stop that. And I want my trucks to get over here, because they can pull supplies out of that forward base and then carry it to the front lines, which is good. There we go. Secondary objective, good. The only other secondary objective in this is don't lose a unit, which I have yet to actually do. Usually I lose like my scout at the very end or something stupid like that. You can stop. Because they're in the area of that thing, you can stop, I don't care. You can stop, and you can stop. These things have, obviously, a metric crap ton of supplies, but the amount of units I have here sucking them out there is going to take a lot of supplies out. Luckily, this is the last time I'll probably use this group for that supply base, otherwise I'm just going to have these trucks going back and forth. We should be safe up to here, so I'm going to tell them to go that way. Grab my scout, and tell him to... I don't really know. I know there's stuff in that line of bushes right there, and I think there's a tank over here. I'm going to have him sit in these trees, I guess. See if he can spot anything. And there's my dudes, and everything's on fire. Everyone likes fire. Okay. It takes supply trucks a pretty long time to refill, so... And my chat is once again completely and utterly broken, so... Sorry, I can't see it. Unless I tab out. I could keep tapping out, but I'll fix it after this mission. We should be at least relatively close to the end of this mission, so... Whoa! Sometimes the camera is a little finicky and it jumps around for some reason. It's because this track cam turns itself on occasionally. Me and my convoy line here. Tank line. You can't even see the tanks through that. Good God. That is some serious dust they're kicking up there. Okay. So these guys are done. They, as far as I'm aware, they don't actually use their own supply when they move around, so not much hassle there. I'm going to put them in the back of those trees. As far as I'm aware, they don't use fuel or any supplies or anything like that. No, they don't. Good news! So that's cool. There's a BMP, and he's kind of in the open right now. He shouldn't be spotted, because that BMP, I don't think it has anywhere near the view range of this thing. Actually, let me check what its optics are. Yeah, it's got poor optics, so it's not going to see very far. It is an infantry fighting vehicle. Kind of like the Bradley, except not quite as good as far as I'm aware. Usually what I like to try and do is go around this left side. I feel it's a bit safer, so we're going to cut that way. Because there's a lot of cover and you can kind of sneak around on the flank of these bushes. I know there's stuff in those bushes. They can't fool me this time. They fooled me the first time. I just told them to move fast down this road, and then suddenly everything and its mother is trying to kill me, and you need to not shoot. I should remember that. And there's my trucks. Trucks, as I mentioned, not very good off-road. Extremely bad. That's what I was looking for. Extremely bad going through forests and stuff like that. The tanks actually need to die. I don't know what that is. Armored personnel, apparently. They appear to be advancing on me. I've actually never had them advance on me, and you're being shot. You need to move. Not sure how that BMP spotted him, but... And he's completely covered from all of my tanks from buildings. Great. And these trucks are going to keep resupplying these guys as they fire, which is a small waste of resources, but they can always go back and get more. It's not like it takes them very long. We need to hit that guy. You guys move over there. Everyone move over there. Keep my scout back there for now. Okay. Here we go. I've actually never had them advance on me like that. Usually they're just all kind of sitting back there doing whatever it is they do back there, making marshmallows, I guess. I don't know. There goes a missile. There's a BMP, which is probably the one firing the missiles. Considering he's aiming right now. Hit him, kill him, kill him, kill him. These missiles, by the way, are really, really dangerous. You can mess them up by breaking line of sight or destroying the target vehicle or whatever. Someone needs to kill that thing, though. You need to have continuous awareness of the target, and you need to be conscious, which means you need to be not dead upon firing said missile. Would you hit him? Well, they are hitting him. They're just not killing him. Now he's routing. Back in the trees. Back in the trees! Is that medium cover still? Yeah, that's still medium cover. Oh, actually, that's heavy cover. Is that heavy cover? It is. Wonder how he got spotted there. It's not terribly good cover, because it's pretty thin. I don't think that's going to do terribly much, but it will cover him. Somewhat, at least. Let's go use some more of these supplies and we'll send the trucks back. I wish you could orient these guys, but you can only just tell them to go somewhere. You can't, like, click and hold and tell them to go in formation or something. Is he coming back, or is he just gonna sit there? He's just gonna continue routing. Almost dead enemies, by the way, or almost dead anything, your units included, will rout and then they'll kind of sit there for a bit and then they'll rout again and then they'll have that constant loop of routing for a little bit. And then they'll kind of get a hold of themselves and be shaken and kind of sit there and chill for a bit. As this guy appears to be content doing. I don't blame him, he's on fire. I wouldn't even be in the vehicle considering it's on fire, but whatever. So they're going to use all their supplies and go back. And it shouldn't take them terribly long to get back, so... I'm actually going to get a couple tank lines right there. Hopefully they orient themselves properly and don't poke out like idiots. Kill that thing. I want them to be able to fire towards that line right there. See how fast they are on the road? I love that. You can even get faster ones. These are, I think, 60 or something. No, they're actually 50. You can get units that are... rough ground, great. You can get units that are like 80 kilometers per hour, stuff like that. Helicopters are like 200, 300, 400. Would you seriously just kill him? There we go, Christ. Rough ground is one of the random things that can happen to you. You can also be detracked or stuck in the mud and stuff. Rough ground just slows you down. They're not actually moving, so it doesn't actually matter. Rough ground will slow you down. Stuck in the mud slows you down even more. Track knocked off obviously keeps the vehicle from moving. He's shooting at this guy. Do not approve, and he lost line of sight, so there goes the missile. They just go randomly. They can still hit stuff after they lose line of sight, but it's kind of rare that that's ever going to happen. I'm gonna have these guys flank this way. Whoa, 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 whoa. Backing off. Didn't realize there was a T-55 right there. Do. Can you kill one on the run? No, they hit one. They didn't kill him though. You get him to run away, and he's gonna lose line of sight again. Yep. He's just gonna keep wasting missiles. Vehicles don't come with a whole lot of missiles, the ones that do. You guys resupplied yet? Almost. Send them back over here. Usually they only come with, you know, 8 to 15 or so missiles, which isn't terribly much. How would I get around here? And spot stuff. I guess you could technically go that way. That's not very good cover, though. Is that heavy? That is heavy cover. That's really close, though. I'm trying to get him in a spot where he can spot things without exploding violently. No, 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 he's spotted. Run away. Can we get him in a spot where he just sees the T-55s? Yes. Okay. Let's move these guys over here. You can go over there. You can come this way. Alright. Really need to fix my chat, though. He keeps trying to aim at stuff that's driving through here. It's irritating me. It's freaking me out, man. Can you... There we go. Okay, they've got a line on that. He shot at something. I don't know what he had a line on. Better not be one of my tanks. Oh, must be these guys down here. I keep forgetting about them. There we go. We got a free volley on them. They're almost dead. They are actually falling behind cover. Do not appreciate that. We're going to lose line of sight on them. Kill him? Don't follow him. That's a no-no. Don't do that. Actually, wait. Let's move them up that way. You can go there. Okay, here we go. I want my tanks to be ready to hit that BMP, because that BMP is gonna spot this thing. We're good? Are we in position? Yes. Apparently he's shooting at the tanks. Good. Making progress. You guys can get that way. It's a very tactical game. A lot of positioning and scouting and routing stuff, and we have a combat level 4. Look at that guy. He's a pro. You guys can move up here. I still can't see the stuff in those hedge lines, though. And it's really risky moving this guy up here. Because he's probably in firing range now. Move there. Yeah, see, he's in the open now. Risky, risky, risky. You guys can actually move up here. Okay. Is there any way I can get him up here? Probably not. I've kind of put my scout in a predicament here. Dare I risk it? I'm so close to not having dead vehicles in this mission for once. It's amazing. He's gotta be in the firing line of something in there, because that's not a very long distance. I'm gonna leave him there. He can't spot anything though. Oh, jeez. He can't spot anything though, so he's not actually very useful there. If I continue going really wide with these guys here, I'm gonna risk it. We are risking it. Go scout. Actually, get behind that building as quickly as possible. If something lights up, hopefully these guys will be in position to shoot it. Anything? Nothing? Nothing gonna shoot him? This is awfully tense for probably a whole lot of nothing. Okay, so he's alive. He's gonna get some fuel from this guy for 2 seconds before I move him again, apparently. Where's their stuff at? Is it way over there? Chat's probably telling me, but I can't see chat, so... swing around this way here. They're using a ton of fuel going through that way. But then again, I just refueled them, so it doesn't actually matter. Can you spot anything, buddy? Nothing? Let's get him refueled and then move him up there, then. I don't think we're going to be able to spot anything from this side. I think we would have to get a scout down this way to see him. There's just too many trees. They don't appear to be spotting him, though. Get up there. Let's get, like, sneaky ninja with my scout here. Towns, by the way, are great places to have infantry, because your line of sight's broken, like, constantly driving through them, so you're not going to spot them very well. And then the infantry just needs, like, a 2... or actually probably just less than that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Behind the building, good sir. See? I knew they were there. I knew it. I'm onto you. Ninja tanks. I have no idea where he was, though. And the one thing I'm really worried about is the fact that there's infantry over here. Somewhere. I don't have any idea where they are, but there is infantry over here. Select it. Jesus. I'm at the very edge, aren't I? Ain't I? Nothing? Why is your optics so bad, tanks? Why is your optics so bad? Can he, like, ninja into that tree? Is that possible? Get my scout into a tree. Whoa! Okay, he's right there, apparently. Well, he can't see anything from there, though. Crap. I was hoping he'd be able to spot them through those trees, but no. Someone just got shot over here. Anyone hurt? No. We're gonna risk it. We are risking it. And we took a shot. We're gonna have to get real close to spot these guys. There they are. And we don't even have a very good line on them. That guy's dead. That guy's dead. Move these guys up. Okay. Doing a pincer attack. We are pincering. I don't have a very good line on anything, though. I hate this bush. This line of bushes is evil. Can't get nothing done. I'm gonna end up... Ooh, that's not good. Not good, not good, not good. Fire. Okay. Those infantry fired a rocket at my tanks, which it only takes one of those to kill a tank, by the way. It has to be a good hit, but it only takes one of them to do it. So everyone's got firing lines on something here. I think there's another squad of infantry over here. Somewhere. Let's actually cut out this way. So he can spot stuff a bit farther away. It's going to be risky, though. As the chat finally apparently fixes itself and just copy-pastes text constantly. Whatever. Nothing. Scout, nothing. Infantry are really hard to spot in bushes, by the way. If you haven't noticed that already, they are really hard to see. There's got to be something here, come on. Oop. It's a recon. Yay! I actually got all the objectives. I think. Yep. That's actually, so I've got extra stars now that I didn't have last time I went through. Alright. If my chat would stop reloading itself, that would be fantastic.
The resistance at Urbisfelde has contained the first assault, but NVA mechanized columns managed to break through at other points.
Oh no. That was a huge giant waste of time then. Go us. Because now we're just going to get flanked from the other points where they broke through. I actually managed to keep all my vehicles. I'm amazed at myself. Legitimately amazed at myself there. So there you go. 4 command stars for that last one there. And this is all the kills that all my dudes got, which is a bajillion kills apiece. Even my scout got a kill, check that out. And any losses are shown here, so you can see which tanks or which vehicles or units or whatever you lost, and any experience acquired. So now we have a bunch of dudes that we can get that are experienced. So, I'm actually going to exit out, and then theoretically split it here for the next mission, which will be another video on its own. Yay. Meet me then.